Well, I wanted to tell you what I was up to yesterday. I was attempting to design a pair of fringed earrings. And by fringed earrings, let me find you something to show you what I mean. Okay, well, these are the Santa earrings I make and sell. Like that, but not Santa's. So I pulled out some fun Valentine colors, and I wanted to, and this is the graph paper I have. It's not much bigger than an actual seed bead, and my eyes were hurting. I have these old books of earrings, so I was using some of these for notes because I can erase it when I'm done. And oh my gosh, by the time I was in here for, see, I was trying to do a heart at the top. By the time, and I think I got that part done. Let me see if I can find it for you. Yeah, see, I got the top of the earring done. But I was trying to design the tassels, the fringes. I'm telling you, my eyes were hurting so bad. So I went online, and luckily several places offer them, and I just printed them out extra big. Art Beads is one, and I think there was another one. The Art Beads. Oh, these are all Art Beads, I guess. I thought there was another one. But I got several different styles because the tops, you want the staggered, the brick. But on the bottom, you need it straight. So you need both kinds. And I don't think I printed out any brick. I thought I did. And I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, these look like I accidentally printed out. I printed out some square too. And I also printed out this, which does the same thing. It gives me the, see the brick where it's alternating? And then these are straight. Because the top is done in a brick style. You alternate back and forth, and the bottoms hang straight. So I figured this might help too. But I thought I printed out. This came with it. It had some earring ideas, and I thought these Santas were kind of cool where they put the red instead of the whole thing being a beard. I kind of like that. But it shows you kind of some of these designs here, how you can actually make a design. So anyway, that's what I was doing yesterday. So I'm going to be working on that today. And as soon as I get the first earring done, I'll show you what I've got. They're supposed to be fun and gaudy and kind of campy because they're going to be for Valentine's Day. So you can't really tell, but I used a pale pink and then that gorgeous opalescent bead that I love so much. The silver lined milky white. I love those. And then I used just a very light pink. I don't know where I put it. Well, there it is. A very light pink. I think, is this it? No, that's too dark. Just a very, very light pink Cylon, which is kind of a pearlescent type finish. Not quite pearl, but it's that kind of a translucent pearl. Let's put it that way. So that's what I was working on yesterday. And boy, just trying to find, I wanted a bugle bead for the top that was probably about half that big. But I had either really tiny, like these were, well, okay, let me tell you about these. This is what happened with these. And I think that's what I ended up using, were these. They kept sawing my thread. So I literally had to get a piece of file. You know, it's like a file. And file each one of these beads, top and bottom, gently to keep it from cutting the thread, which normally doesn't happen, but oh, I was having trouble. This isn't as tight as I'd like because of that, but I can tighten it up a little bit as I put the fringes on. But yeah, so that's what I was up to yesterday. I'm telling you, my eyes are a lot older since the last time I designed earrings. I have a whole book, composition book, where I used to design earrings. And I also have one of these, this book here, where I used to design a lot of earrings in. Where did I have some? Well, my husband and I both design jewelry, and it's this old graph paper. This is old. This is 1992. My husband designed this or one of us, I think it was him, designed this necklace that we never made. And this is a necklace he did make, which was holly. And I've got that somewhere. And this is the earring we designed to go with it. But our eyes were 30 years younger back then. And this was a tree tapestry or like beaded piece I was going to make, and I never did. And this is like some strawberries, and this is a leaf. Just different notes and stuff I had done. Some stuff we never really acted out on. But these squares never used to bother me as bad as they do now. But you can see the difference in the size. Look at the difference of the size between the two. Look at that. Drastic difference. When you're designing something and you're 65, 70, even 55, your eyes, and I need new glasses desperately. But right now we're still waiting for Social Security. I don't know. I don't think I've mentioned it on this channel, but Social Security is taking half our pay for money we don't owe them, that we proved we don't owe them, but they're still processing it. And this was from June, and in October they still started taking half our money. We finally had to call our congressman, and they're working on it. And the Social Security told them they needed till mid-January. So we're hoping we get good news by mid-January that perhaps we'll get all our money in February. But because of that, I can't go get my glasses right now. I don't have the money to do it. I wear trifocals, basically is what they're called, or progressives, where I have 3 different reading areas that have no lines. But I can go through them depending on what I'm doing. And then my glasses tend to be $300 or $400, even when I buy the cheapest frame or the free frame. So I had to do something because this was literally making my eyes and my head hurt. That is much easier. And it was harder to put the colors into those tiny, with colored pencils. It was hard to show, because pink and red colored pencils don't show up much different when they're in such tiny. Here, I can actually color it and it'll show up. By the way, I just thought some of you would get a kick out of that, especially those of you that are like me, getting older and noticing a difference with your eyes. But this will be a fun project. I really have no idea. I'm not even sure if that one's going to stay the way it is. This one here. I got to redesign the whole bottom, but I'm happy with how the top came out. It's cute. I just want them to be a little gaudy and fun. I'll do the same for St. Patrick's Day. I had done that green pair up here. I can barely see it. Let's see if I can shine the light on it. See, I'd done that pair a couple years ago for St. Patrick's Day. But this year I'm going to do something big and fun and kind of gaudy and just scream St. Patrick's Day. Maybe put a shamrock up there. I don't know. That's what the paper's for. You can take and sketch out the size of your, well, I guess that's why people use the other stuff. It comes out more close to the actual size, which is fine. I can do that, like count it out on the small graph paper, but then draw it out on the big graph paper. But I just thought some of you would get a big kick out of that. And by the way, these are just the Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby. I don't know why they're so long, because I didn't think the these were clearance. That might be why they might have gotten rid of them. So I don't think the bugle beads today are quite that big, but these are huge. But since it's going to be a big pair of earrings, I didn't mind. And they really have a neat look to them, because the way they shimmer with that twist is really cool. But yeah, you have to sand the ends or they'll saw your, they will saw. Now I don't know for ornaments if they would, because they won't move, but earrings, you know, they move. So you have to really protect it. So that's what I'm up to today. I'm going to see if I can finish designing this pair of earrings and maybe get this first one finished. If I do, I'll do a showing the first one, then I'll make the second one and show the finished pair. But I just want to have fun with Valentine's Day. And so this bigger paper, yeah, that makes a bigger difference, because boy, these little tiny things were just literally doing me in yesterday. I mean, I was so done. Yeah, that's a big difference between those two. Look at that. I just, my head hurt so bad, and I just said, I have to walk away. Printed these out and just set them on my desk and walked away. So that's my goal for today, is to get this, where'd I go? There. To get this first earring designed and done and start on the second earring. I mean, to make them doesn't take me any time. Once I design it, it shouldn't take me a couple hours to get even a big earring like this done. And since I've done the more detailed part on this one, I just have to do the fringes, which go pretty quickly. So anyway, that's what I'm up to today. Wanted to share it. I thought you would all enjoy that. And also gives you an idea about where you can get graph paper. Art Beads is a great source. And I think Fire Mountain also had printable grafts. And I just don't think I printed out because I already had this. And this one here was from, it was a free printable. It was off of Pinterest. It says pin on beading, and that was just on Pinterest. So that will be handy today too. Problem is they don't have a space for bugle beads. You kind of have to figure out how many beads it takes and darken it in. But you'd have to do that on the graph paper too. And you can even use a square one if you have to. But I like using the rounded ones for this kind of thing. These are great if you're using like I'm butchering this, Miyuki or square beads. They're the very, very, very pricey ones. And they sit a little more square than these really round seed beads. But I'll be back hopefully later today with this video, but no later than tomorrow to show you how it's coming along. And then I want to make the other one. And I'm looking at a lamp I want to buy as soon as I can afford it. And it actually is a lamp that is weighted so it doesn't fall. And it's a ring light that you set your phone in and you can put it right over where you're working. So I could actually do better tutorials. I'd like to get back to doing tutorials, but I just haven't been able to come up with a good camera setup. So I'm looking into that too, but they're very, very expensive to get the one that really works good. So it's going to take me a few months, but that's okay. I have something to work toward. So anyway, I'll be back soon. I hope you enjoy this. And if you need graph paper, just go into your browser or go to Artbeads. You can go into your browser and just put free beading graph paper printouts. And then it'll bring up everything. Now, some of them it said free, and then you went on there and they wanted money for it. So you have to really search and find. But Artbeads, and I believe Fire Mountain, and I wouldn't be surprised if some other bead suppliers offer them as well. So I'll be back later. Bye.